So today we're going to be taking a look at the Seagate expansion external hard drive. It's called the expansion. This is the 8 terabyte model. Currently this is the cheapest drive you can find on eBay, Newegg, and Amazon that is 8 terabytes. And I'm not going to be using this for external hard drive purposes. Oh no, no. I'm just going to be skinning this and putting the drives in my NAS. I bought like a billion of them. Mostly because these are like $100 and a little over $100. Something like $130, $140 depending on what sale you get. And I guess that's a little bit more than a little over $100. Well, whatever, it's fine. So basically, this hard drive is cheaper than you can actually physically buy bare hard drives for currently. You can actually get these external hard drives are actually about $20 to $30 cheaper depending on what you're buying than a standard 8 terabyte drive just bare, given you in a sack. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and actually test this and give you a nice little demonstration of it right after I unbox it. And we're also going to do a teardown video because I think you guys might enjoy that. So stick around for that in a future video. So basically, Seagate expansion drive, pretty basic. It's USB 3.0. This is a full 3.5 inch drive. There is not a whole lot to talk about on the package. It's just called the expansion desktop drive. It's assembled in China, and that's basically it. They don't really tout any sort of specs, speed, whatever. So we're just going to pop it open. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what the device looks like, all that jazz, and then we're going to go ahead and test it in this video, and we're going to see how well it performs in its enclosure. So we'll go ahead and cut the seal. Da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, and Seagate does tout that their packaging is fully recyclable. Fully recyclable packaging. I know that's just super exciting for you, but anyway. So they just want you in. We've got some egg crate bits holding the hard drive in place. You get a little guide that shows you plug it in to your computer. Literally plug into the wall. This is how setup guides are working in 2018. Everyone, pretty much standard. And as you probably expect, these aren't USB Type-C. They're like the fat micro USB 3.0 cables. So I'll show you that in a minute. But here we go. The drive itself actually looks pretty cool. Can you see that? Yeah. See that? It's like got these little triangles all over it. It's a tessellated pattern. It's really cool. And on the back, triangles. On the bottom, triangles, triangle feet, and triangles. And the top has a little access light right here on the front. And that's about what it looks like. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at the cables. What else do you get in the box? Well, not a lot. You get a 12-volt power supply and a USB 3.0 cable. So, USB 3.0 cable, pretty standard, about 3 feet long. As you can see, this is the extended micro USB, for lack of a better term, the micro USB 3.0. So you have the regular micro plus a few pins over here. So there's that. And the cable's pretty long, probably long enough for you to do what you need to do with this kind of device. And the power supply cable is really long. And it's a pretty big wall wart. I have a problem with these. I know manufacturers are saving money by doing it this way, but can we please put the brick in the middle of the cable and just run a cord here and plug it into the wall? I mean, really, I know it's cheaper, but man, these are annoying. So let's cut forward a bit, and I'll show you what the access light looks like. I'm gonna plug this bad boy in. All right, so ignore the poor video quality. This is from my phone, but basically here's the hard drive with it blinking and solid. So the access light basically blinks while you're actually writing or reading from it, and then it just stays solid when it's idle. It also can't run if you unplug it, so if you unplug the power cord, it shuts off. Some of these USB 3.0 drives actually can, they can basically run without the power cord being connected, but in this case, not so much. Same with the USB cable. If you unplug that, the hard drive immediately turns off. So now you're asking yourself, all right, well, what are the speeds? Because that's what we care about, right? For these types of drives. And the read speed's pretty good on a standard USB 3.0 port. 188 and 192 for our sequential reads from Crystal Disk Mark, and for small file size and the reads, 213 and 247. As far as writes go, pretty poor actually. This is USB 3.0 Gen 1. I have both on my motherboard, USB 3.0 Gen 1 and Gen 2, and from what I can tell, any device out there that's a little newer than my machine at home and only has Gen 2 ports get better speeds, and I'll show you those here in a minute. If we look at these Gen 1 speeds compared to the Gen 2 speeds, you can see that the write speeds are vastly improved while the read speeds stay about the same. So it leads me to believe that there's a hardware limitation there, either by this device can't really handle USB 3.0 Gen 1 for some reason, or my machine for some reason is really, really terrible at USB 3.0 Gen 1. But both of these numbers are from the same machine and different USB 3.0 ports. One of them, like I said, being USB 3.0 Gen 1, and one of them being USB 3.0 Gen 2.1. So that's about what we see with reading and writing with USB 3.0, which you see on the screen here. Pretty good, I'd say, for a mechanical drive. And just for fun, I also did USB 2.0, which you'll see up there now. And write speed's pretty good, and read speed's pretty good, but you can obviously see the hardware limitation there. That's about where you're at maxed out with a standard USB 2.0 port when you account for overhead and a giant file size. So that's pretty much it for the actual speeds. They did okay. I'm not going to complain about it. And ultimately, it's a pretty good drive for the money. I mean, you get a ton of space for very little money, so that's kind of awesome. I would guess that if you're trying to figure out what your read and write speeds are going to be on this, it's going to be about 140 up and down reading and writing. Unless, of course, you have some older version of USB 3.0 like I do that for some reason suffers under specific circumstances. But that's about it. And if you have any questions or comments, throw them below, and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can.